Hello, welcome to the Fit and Free Show with me. I'm ZGALA, the Art Angel. You can call me Auntie Angel if you like, and I'm here to do a quick stretch. I like to call it a stretch and snack. Just start off with a little moving the arms around. How about some freestyle, moving the arms around. Also some freestyle, moving the mouth around, apparently. Anyhow, I'm just kind of in a flowing state right now, so exploring that, but also adding a little twist through the torso, just moving those arms around as I've been sitting at the desk a while. Yesterday I had the pleasure of playing my guitar for some hours and my hands cramped up, which has been happening for a few years now, but was a good reminder that I need to keep up with my exercises, because these stretches are one of the ways that keeps my body from doing messed up stuff like cramping up in the middle of a song. So, not that it's my body's fault. It's just trying to do the best it can to support me. And here I am counting on it to do stuff for me, but not always giving it the attention. So that's what this is about, is checking in, giving it a little attention, and hopefully encouraging you to give your body a little attention, because your body deserves it too. I'm just going to start to get a little more structured and add some side to side bends, and this could be done standing up, of course. I happen to be sitting down, and in both cases, something to pay attention to is if you are leaning all your weight off the side you're leaning away from, that's okay, but it could topple you over. And also, you get a better stretch if you anchor the opposite side down. So I don't know if you could see that not so subtle shift there, where I am making sure to press that opposite hip, down onto the ground as I do this side bend. Let's come back to the center. We kind of give the arms a little break and bring them back over, and then go over to the other side. And this time, so I could go over and lift that hip up and go, I could go over as far as I can go while still kind of maintaining core balance. And there's something to be said for that. But again, for a better stretch, it helps to really anchor that hip down and go over. So I'm stretching this whole side of the body while anchoring that opposite hip. And if I were standing up, I'd be trying to anchor that foot, kind of same principle there, where now we see, I don't know if you noticed that right there, I just put my elbow down, and same goes for if you're standing, you could make a wider stance and then use an arm on a leg for support, and that again just changes the stretch up quite a bit. So I'm big on just changing things up, finding various ways to do things. So I'm going to add that little, now I have this hip anchored on that side, and I am bearing some of the weight of my body on this elbow, which is supported by my leg. And by doing that, I'm able to get more of a passive stretch, so I'm not having to use my upper body so much to hold itself up while I stretch. Just a different stretch, not one better than the other. Let me try to match that on this side by, again, placing this elbow on that leg for some support, keeping that opposite hip anchored, and stretching over to the side. Feels pretty good. All of it should feel good. Don't do anything that feels, wrong or hurts. It's okay to push yourself, of course, a little bit if it feels right to you, but always listen to your own body and follow your own lead. I'm going to do some little circles with the hands. I've been doing a lot of typing and writing, and as I mentioned, playing my guitar yesterday, and all of those things are require a lot, asking a lot from my hard-working hands. So I will give those a little attention. It's really all it takes in life. I think we make it a lot more complicated than it has to be by thinking we need to do all kinds of fancy things. And I'm reminded, as I'm creating a new program right now, which is rooted in science and has, you know, some fancy looking moves in it, but really is just the basics, which is what it always comes back to, right? Taking the time to pause, ask the right questions, find the answer, and take action and move forward. It's really about that simple. So, and let shit go that doesn't serve you right now. There you have it. That's all you need. I recently heard Alex Hermosi, one of the business people I follow, say, when asked for one piece of advice, if he could only give one, what he said, figure out what you want to do, ignore other people's opinions, and take so much action that it would be ridiculous for you not to succeed. I thought that was pretty great advice, so I'll pass it along to you. I probably paraphrased it slightly, but I think I got it pretty close to right. While I was doing those wrist rotations, it occurred to me I want to do some ankle rotations, and it's a fun way, a good way to get a little bit playful on the floor, which I'm always for. Right now, as you can see, I just have my legs bent and I'm supporting myself, just leaning back here. But move I do like to do is a little more balanced, and can either hold on to the legs or not hold on to the legs and balance, but engaging the abdomen there. I know you can't see me balanced on the bottom here, but now I'm no longer leaning, and instead getting a little bit of work in the core and the abs, and also just, like I said, playing around on the floor, which I want to encourage us all to do more. When I was substitute teaching, I get to work with the hardest of the hard kids sometimes, which is my favorite, because I'm one of those in my own way. And in those kind of groups, I get to do things like get down on the floor with the kids, which you don't get to do in a regular ed classroom so much. Not so much. I mean, maybe in some regular ed rooms. One can hope. Anyway, enough about that. There you have a real quick stretch and snack. There wasn't much to it, but there doesn't have to be a lot to it. That's really the point I'm trying to get to. More is great. Less is okay. It's really about the consistency and the intention of checking in with yourself regularly, letting your body know that you care, that you're going to listen, that you're going to take at least like 3 breaths to let go of some stress. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in, maybe hold there and breathe in a little more, then it's called a physiological sigh. You can look it up. Let's do 1 more. Breathing in. Breathing in a little more. And then just let that go. I'm going to add just a little twist through the torso here, because that feels good and I feel like it. Encourage you to follow through with some movement that you feel like. And that's another point to my strategy of just doing 2 minutes or 100 rep minimum, or some of my other ways of setting the bar real low, is that you can always step higher. You can always go longer. But if you set that bar low enough that you really can't, or it's hard to have an excuse not to do it, then that can get you in that consistent practice. That's what I found. That's what works for me when it works. And the other thing that works is getting back on track when I fall off track. I do that a lot too. And I figure over time that adds up to being relatively on track. So there you go. So, some of Auntie Angel, wisdom from Auntie Angel. You're welcome. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can have more of that. Till next time, ciao for now.